Hi guys, it's Liv. This is my first time really making a video like this. Putting myself out there, trying to figure it out. I'm new to all of this. I really wanted some music, but with all this copyright stuff and whatever, I'm gonna wait till I get more equipped and everything when it comes to that. But welcome to my channel. I go by Liv. My name is Olivia. Live Be Love is my at name. So, click the follow button, subscribe and whatnot. I would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I'm new to this whole content creation thing. And I just wanted to really talk about some real things. Things that I'm challenging with, things that I'm going through and I'm being challenged with, things that I want to learn, things that I want to grow with you guys, and really be able to talk about things and open up and express myself. So me personally, I have a lot of things going on. I'm trying to get out of this place of feeling like, oh yeah, well, someone's gonna come save me. No, nobody's gonna come save me. Nobody's coming to help me. Nobody's coming to change my life. I have to change my life, and I have to help me, and I have to save me. And so with that being said, I am trying to embark on a new wave of life and learning how to do things. I'm 26 years old. I will be 27 next month. And I really don't have much planned for my birthday, but that's besides the point because I'm in my bag. I'm focused. I'm worried about how I'm gonna, get to the next level, and it's time for me to be doing that. I am a poet, so I love poetry. I will be putting more of that stuff out once I figure out how I want to do it and things of that nature. Like I said, I love music too, so that's one thing that I want to incorporate. But with copyright stuff, all that good stuff, I'm not. Listen, I will figure it out as I go along. But right now, I'm gonna really set the tone of what I want to do and explain how I want to go about doing it. And it doesn't even have to be, I have to explain it. I'm going to just go with the flow and have a good time. So, God is very prevalent in my life. I love the Lord, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lord, for all that you do. I want to say that this is me taking a big step in the right direction to doing what it is I love and what it is I want to do, which is help people. So let's just get right into it. I'm a writer, so I've been writing plenty of things to help the next person. Not even help the next person, but to help myself. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to show and incorporate those things and be able to be a light to the world and put myself out there, and it starts by taking the first step. So I'm gonna just go in and do it. A lot of this stuff that I've written, I have plenty of books and plenty of notebooks and stuff that I've written based off of like just going through life and going through the struggles and being in and out of certain situations. And I was just always was to write. But I kind of lost my way of doing all of that, getting distracted with work and a regular 9 to 5 or whatever you want to call it. Well, in my defense, I was slaving, but I just have to learn how to get back into my old way, my old, not say ways, but my old niches of how I get through things and stuff of that nature. So like I said, I want to talk about God. I want to talk about everything like that, and how we gonna get through this. Like I feel like I'm blessed and I am anointed and things of that nature, and that I have a spiritual gift. I have plenty of them, so I'm gonna just share my wisdom with you guys. And I first want to start off by talking about pain. First, I want to let you know that this is going to be a it's going to be a poem I wrote 12/27/17. So that was maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. But anyway, I want to recite this poetry this poem that I wrote back in 2017. It's called Hurting by Pain or Pain by Hurting. And then we're going to dive into, you know what I'm saying, what it all means and what I was feeling when I wrote it and everything like that. And here we go. So, pain. We talk about pain, but do we really know what pain is? Is pain losing a loved one, being sick, or just hurting? Is pain a layer of baggage sitting on one's shoulder, waiting to be lifted? Pain, pain, pain. Is pain haunted memories? Pain by hurt or pain by hurt or hurt by pain? Is pain rape, abuse, or constant denial of the truth? Is pain hurting inside when no one else can see it? Is pain a reality or is it an illusion? Are we talking about phantom pain or the pain that is really inside our bodies that we can't help get rid of? Pain, pain, pain. Pain by hurting or hurting by pain. Okay. So, I wrote this when I was going through a lot of pain. I want to say I was in and out of the hospital, the mental ward. I was going through it. Like when I say I was going through it, I had an addiction to marijuana. I had just transitioned from being a 4-year college student, a college student that had a scholarship, a full ride or whatever to go to school. I was working 3 jobs. One was a little job that I wouldn't even count as a job because it was just a work study, but it was a job. I was making money. But I was working for the Department of Transportation, and I was also working with my sister too at one of her stores, for a restaurant. And so I had a lot of things going on. And I'm just giving you a little rundown of my life and how all the pain was inquired and things of that nature. And so I literally went through all those changes of being a college student and working a lot of jobs to fulfill my desires and what I want to buy and what I want to have. And I also was playing volleyball. I was playing volleyball in college as well my first year, so I was doing a lot for myself. Me and my family, we would have our moments. No family is perfect, and I'm not here to, bash them or talk it down on them or anything like that. But no family is perfect. We had our issues. My childhood was a little rough, but it wasn't all bad. I didn't go without food. I didn't go without clothes. I didn't, wasn't homeless or anything like that. It was more so of not having my dad and things of that nature, and having a stepdad that I didn't really know or didn't really like at the time because I'm young. I don't want him. I want my dad. You know what I'm saying? So just one of those stereotypical situations. And then I would say I was going through a lot, mentally, boyfriends, school, the drama with being an antisocial, not even antisocial. I wouldn't say I was antisocial. I just didn't really mess with people because I knew how fake the girls were at school. So I didn't really involve myself with any cliques or groups. I was more so a loner and a popular loner like that. But yeah, I was dealing with all of that. But I say this to say that regardless of what I went through, and I could talk about it all day, it's about understanding what pain is and how we can get through pain. No matter what your pain looks like, no matter how it may seem, you can get through it. No matter what you're going through, whether it's physical pain or, just emotional pain, you have to go through that pain in order to feel the pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So it's going through the pain, and then boom, one day it's just things just miraculously change, and you get a light bulb, and you're like, hey, I figure this out. I'm going to figure this out, and you know, I have God on my side. So yeah, at the end of the day, like, we're all human. We are going to feel pain no matter what. So pain is inevitable. Like, it's not something you can miss. It's not something you cannot go through. It's not something you cannot be around or have in your life. It's something that everybody has to go through in order to learn and grow. And so that's on the learning tip that I would say is that don't ever give up just because you're going through pain. Like Betty White, not Betty, Betty something. I'm sorry, my age is showing. Betty, she, no pain, no gain. Like, no pain, no gain. No pain, no pain, no gain. Like, that's real. So, and I wrote that back in 2017 when I was going through the most pain I ever experienced in my life. So that just shows you that getting through that is a reason for why you have to go through it. So, yep. Let's dive into self-worth. Okay, so I wrote this back in 2017 as well. The same day, 12/20. There's two components to self-worth. There's internal and then there's external. Things in life may be challenging, but it's all about your belief system. And what I mean by that is you have to know the basics of your worth. You have to know the basics of human worth and self-worth in that regard. Like, you know, no matter who classifies you and what classifies you and how it's classified, whether it's upper class, middle class, lower class, it doesn't matter. It's not about the Gucci bags. It's not about the Rolls Royce, or how we said, Rolls Royce. It's not about, you know, being this billionaire and having all this money and don't know what to do with it. It's about the internal and you loving yourself and you knowing that you're that queen, regardless of what you wear, regardless of what you drive, and regardless of what kind of house you live in. You know? So it's about the self-worth. It's about the core worth, the essential spiritual self. It's about being spiritually rich. It's about having that spirit inside of you that's rich and that's worthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about none of that other stuff. So if anybody ever tells you that you're not this or you're not that, just because you don't have something on the external, that is a flaw in them, because that just shows what type of person they are. And that, you know, no ma'am. No sir, no ham, no spam, no turkey. Like, you're not going to tell me that just because I don't have a Gucci bag that I don't equip to being of high value. I'm sorry, you're just not. So yeah. And like I said, no matter what someone tries to do to make you, you know, to make you feel less than, they can't change your mind or your heart. Most importantly, they can't change your mind or your heart, and you have to realize that. You have to be strong in that. And that was actually quoted by Nelson Mandela. So shout out to Nelson Mandela, because he knew something that we didn't at the time. And yeah, like all this upper class, lower class, middle class, whatever, and this persona of having all this fancy stuff and being able to go on these trips all the time and do this and do that. Listen, you will travel when it's time for you to travel, but get to your bag. Get to what you get to, not your bag, but just not even your bag. Get to your bag too, but also get to the internal, your heart, your spirit. Because at the end of the day, nobody can touch that. Nobody can touch that. So just always believe in God, trust in God, and know that you're spiritually rich, mentally and spiritually, and in your heart. And you'll be okay. Don't let nobody try to classify you as upper class, middle class, or higher class. Whatever class you want to be, you're the spirit class, and that's what we on. Okay, so all right. Another thing. So a lot of this whole fast lane living is too much. And I don't get it. Like living in LA and living in East Florida, like Miami and all this stuff, like, you know, living. I mean, I live in Charlotte, but yeah, who cares? It's Charlotte, but, and it's not just where you live. I say this. This is what I mean by this. It's the idea of living in these big cities, fast lane living like New York and stuff like that, and then not having the wake-up call of, or the message that you can be successful. And what I mean by that is, like, you don't have to live in these big cities to be successful. You don't have to live in it, have this fast lane mentality of gotta gimme to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? So just always remember that, you know, fast lane living in today's cities convey the message that you must be high powered and successful to be somebody. And that is not true, my friend. You don't have to be high powered and super successful to be somebody. As long as you know and God knows that you're the chosen one, nobody else can come in between that. So yeah, just flow and be happy, because at the end of the day, you're God's chosen one. And just because you ain't super successful, like gotta like fame, like all this fame, I'm not saying you can't be successful, that's not what I'm saying, but the fame that comes with it, the notoriety, all of that, you don't need that to be somebody. You're somebody because God told you were somebody. And always remember that. And so I'm gonna just show you this little diagram that I don't know if you can understand how it is, but this is it right here. It says, love keeps, and then it shows peace frees, and then it says right here, love frees, and then right here it says, freeze again. So it's just, at the end of the day, all of this, that little diagram that I did, or that I wrote, it's basically showing you that it's all love, peace, and freedom all are intertwined, and it all end up, you know, helping you in a way where you're capable of just, you know, growing. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not just about, you know, just having these things or this idea of love and being with somebody. It's more so the love that you get from God. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that you have God's love and that God is there to protect you and always be there for you, you have to know that that is a freeing in that. There's a peace in that you need. And everything will work out the way it's supposed to. So keep that in mind. Like, always remember that the love keeps, the peace frees, and that the love frees in itself. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is just God and spirit and Jesus, and, you know, being like having a strong foundation in Him. Honestly, like, I'm going through it, trying to, you know, read more of my Bible, honestly. But I know I have that spiritual connection with God. You know, I have that foundation in my heart that, you know, when I get on my knees and I pray, that He listens. You know what I'm saying? But I am going to do better. I got to get me a Bible study book. And I'm going to start reading the Bible more so I can get more of His word and meditate on His word more. And that's just something that I want to be transparent about. But yeah, so speak your piece, and that's what I want to say too. You have to speak your piece. I don't talk much about my life like I used to not talk much about my life. I'm going to start talking more about my life in these videos. But speak your piece, understand who you are, and be able to be liberated by speaking your piece. Because if you don't speak your piece, you're just going to be like, you're just going to be mute, and you're just not going to let things help you grow and be a better person. I'm speaking my piece now because I choose to. I didn't before. I'm no longer trying to let, you know, anybody have control over my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to speak your piece and let love and freedom keep you. So, yep. And it's okay. And also it's okay to take in other people's perspectives as well and learn and grow from it too. Just want to throw that out there. So, I've talked about 3 different topics tonight, and I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. You'll be seeing more of these videos coming up soon. And if this video came across your screen, it was an algorithm, and it was God's way of showing you, hey, you're not alone. You know, I just want to say thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe. I just want to be able to keep doing this and have fun and just help you guys see me evolve. It's 2025 now. I say, why not go ahead and just put it out there? Like I said, I wanted some music to spice things up, but I'm not that deep in it yet. So it's like, it's okay. I'm okay with just coming on here and telling and speaking and, you know, being able to pour out into you guys. And I appreciate you guys, you know, listening. Comment down below, you know, how you might feel or what you might be going through, and maybe we can start a prayer chain and we can all start praying for each other. I know it's important that we all come together, because it says where two or more people are together, that's when things start happening. I know that scripture is real. So when you start praying and God start listening, there are more than one person and stuff, that's awesome and that's powerful. So just comment down below. You know, keep in mind that it's a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. So just let me know how you think, what you think, how you feel, and some of the topics that we were talking about. Just, you know, engage with me. But this is not the last time you'll see me. I want to say thank you guys again, and just have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.